And in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about how I had my first baby as a natural delivery, unmedicated, using my birth balloon. Hey everyone, and welcome here to my channel. If you are new, my name is Ash and I'm a designer and creator of empowering birth products. These are birth products that I designed and used in my own birth experiences to have a liberating and safe birth with my two children, naturally and unmedicated. If this is something that you're interested, you should definitely watch on, because I'm so passionate about preventing birth trauma that I want to be able to help other people have this exact same experience. Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Ash. I'm a designer and creator of empowering birth products to help women and babies have liberating birth experiences to prevent birth trauma. So a little bit about me, I actually created and designed my products because I personally wanted to have a safer birth experience, and I found that there wasn't a lot of what I needed out there, and especially when I looked into the research and found up to 45% of women suffer from birth trauma, it really frightened me, and it was something that I felt that I needed. So I truly am on a mission to change the way that women come out of birth and create empowered birth experiences. So I created this product called a birth balloon, and a birth balloon for me is a product that helped me understand how to practically birth my baby safely before actually going into active labor. So I use this particular product from 37 weeks onwards for 21 days, or whichever came first, me birthing my baby. And basically it is a hand pump bulb with a air release valve, and it's attached to a hose with a balloon that you inflate. And over a period of days, what I would do is I would practice inserting this balloon, pumping it up, and as it grows in size, this simulates the circumference of a baby's head. Now, for me, what I wanted to do was I wanted to know how to actually birth a baby safely. So the two issues that I had with childbirth were, one, I didn't actually know how to practically birth my child. And watching a lot of movies, I saw a lot of women screaming, sweating, in agony, in pain, calling out for help on their back in a hospital, and it just looked really freaky, a lot of blood and people walking around in gowns and masks, and it just looked really horrible to me. So my overarching issue was I didn't know how I could birth a baby safely. It didn't seem possible. And I know a lot of people say, oh, women have been doing it for hundreds, if not thousands of years. That's okay, but we haven't been birthing in hospitals where there's beeping monitors and machines and everything like that, and fluorescent downlights and people in gowns and masks. And when you're not in that setting every day, it is really scary and it's really overwhelming, especially if you've never birthed a baby before, or even if you have birthed a baby before. It's a really foreign experience. So in my videos, I talk about preventing perineal tearing, empowering birth experiences, and the creation of my birth products. So this was created because I wanted a practical understanding of what it was like to go into labor. And what do I mean by that? Well, we have two different types of study. We've got your theory and we've got your practical learning. And for me, theory plays a role, but also practical learning does too. And this is why, like, when we go for our driver's lessons, you've got to read the theory, but you've also got to do the practical, because, you cannot do one without the other. And with practical learning comes experience. And when we do it more, we become more of an expert in something. And I found that by using this particular product for 21 days, that by the time it came to my birth, in my mind, I was like, oh my gosh, having a contraction, my baby was crowning. I was like, I've done this before. That's literally what I was saying in my head. I can do this. I can do this. And it was just literally, that's what got me through this, because I didn't feel like it was foreign. I didn't feel out of control, which is what a lot of women describe from going through birth trauma. They feel like they're out of control. They feel like they cannot control the situation. I felt really controlled. I felt really centered, and I felt really good about where I was through my birth experience. So because I've been doing this for 21 days before I actually gave birth to my baby, I had a level of certainty that, yes, I've done this. I've given birth before, I can do it again. I've given birth 20, 30, 40, 50 times, I can actually do this. And that gave me a level of confidence to be able to go through it naturally and not feel like I needed, any sort of medication or anything like that. But I also felt, more certain in myself, and so did my husband, that I was able to go ahead and do it and feel confident. And while I was doing it, he was also able to watch me in the shower to sort of see, okay, what is it going to be like when she births a baby? And he wasn't then, like, oh my God, like, this is crazy. He was just like, okay, he knew what to expect. And it made him feel more confident and comfortable in that situation as well, and not feel overwhelmed in a hospital setting. When we're birthing, people say that it's like doing a big, and literally, that's kind of like difficult to imagine. But when you're going through the whole process of birthing out a balloon, you literally get a first-hand understanding of what you're going to be feeling in your pelvis when you're birthing out a baby. And it really does feel uncomfortable. And it does feel similar to obviously like doing a poo, because you're pushing on, your muscle, or you're bearing down on your muscles. Your baby's pushing down on your muscles and things like that. And it can feel really quite uncomfortable and overwhelming. So number 4 is that I understood from the very beginning what it was going to feel like to have the pressure in my pelvis, in the pressure in my vagina, and the pressure of birthing out a baby. That is not something that any theory can sort of give you, or even perineal massage. So a lot of people said to me, hey, just do perineal massage. These are two different things, like one is simulating birth and giving you a practical understanding of what it's going to be like to go through that. Perineal massage has its place. It's for massaging the perineum. But as well, with me, I found that doing perineal massage, it wasn't something that I could do. I couldn't reach around. So this also helped, stretch and elasticate my perineum in preparation for my baby's birth, which was fantastic because it helped me avoid tearing. Number 5, so engaging my pelvic floor muscles. I thought I knew what engaging my pelvic floor muscles were until I used this. And then when I was like, okay, you can move now, balloon. And I was trying to move the balloon and it didn't move. And I was like, oh. And after like 5-10 minutes, I realized I actually have no idea how to bear down on the balloon and birth this balloon out. So I literally had to bear down on the balloon and assist and gently sort of pull the balloon as well, until I strengthened my pelvic floor muscles up in preparation for birth. So that was one of the biggest things. And I could really, like, my heart goes out to a lot of people that go through childbirth and you're trying to birth and bear down on a baby and the baby's not moving, and you're doing that for 20, 40, an hour, 2 hours. And then, I just hear these horror stories and I'm like, yes, I understand how that can happen now. So I'm so thankful that I was able to use this and start building up, my pelvic floor muscles by doing that. So, yes, you could do Kegels and everything, but this is giving you, the best of both worlds. You're doing Kegels while practicing birthing out something that's expanding. So, it's great to be able to do a bicep curl, but, if somebody gives you a 40-kilo dumbbell, you might not be able to do that rep. So this is actually going through the motion and doing the reps while under pressure or undergoing pressure of the growth of the baby's head, the growth of the balloon. So when you birth a baby, if you do it too quickly, that's what's generally going to tear you. If you're doing the whole push, and you push too hard, too fast, your baby's just going to pop out and you're going to rip. So number 7, I learned what bearing down and birthing out a baby versus pushing was. So I learned that there is effective bearing down and then there's also pushing. Pushing is different to bearing down on your baby. You're using like a different set of muscles and you're gently just, helping the baby come out slowly, gently, safely, versus pushing, which is, straining, tensing and forcing your baby out, which is going to cause a lot of damage to your body. And it can be really, really obviously traumatizing to your perineum, which is going to cause tearing. So it was really helpful and beneficial to learn and distinguish while I was pregnant what the difference was between bearing down and birthing out the balloon versus pushing and having some sort of, trauma from that. So number 8, which is just, I guess, a summary of everything together, and that is just the final delivering of my baby's head through my opening, which was, just gently delivering my baby versus, the baby being pushed out and tearing. And that was something that I really had to get into a great state of mind while I was practicing. And I feel like because I was able to practice it every day, in the lead up to giving birth, it was something that really, really, really benefited me. So if you want to feel supported through your birthing journey, I have a new Facebook group that I've started, which I'll link in the comments below. I also design and create doula and birth worker attire, which I sell on my website and on my Etsy page. If you're interested in that as well, proceeds from sales also go back into birthtrauma.org to help others that have gone through birth trauma. If you found my video interesting today, please like and subscribe. I upload a video every week, and I'm hoping to share more about my product journey, my product creation, and what I'm hoping to be launching in the next few weeks. Thanks, guys. Bye.